Surprise, internet. Look who's back. In a whole new house and everything. Oh my god, that took forever. Ooh. Oh! I left my stream on. I got it. It's muted. Don't worry about that. I'm reacclimating to the streamer's lifestyle. I totally forgot how to do this. Jesus Christ, man. How long has it been? I can't remember how long it's been. I gotta like be aware of my audio levels now. I gotta be careful because I'm right next to my old man and my brother. They're sleeping right next door. And I have my door open because the dog wants to wander in and out. Speaking of which, hope you're all ready. Poof. What do you think? Like what I done with the place? This is really weird, isn't it? I think my camera's like way too long. This is the new place. This is it. We finally did it. We moved in. It's weird. It's been really weird. Basically, like, I haven't been streaming this whole time. I don't even know how many days it's been. I think maybe over 6 days now or something. It's just been a lot of work. I'm so tired. I honestly didn't think it was going to take this long. I didn't think it was going to be this difficult. But basically, like 4 or 5... God, what was it? 4 or 5 days ago? Like, the last time I streamed... I think that was maybe 5 or 6 days ago or something like that. Basically, at that point, we were planning on moving everything over to here in a quick and timely manner, but didn't really happen. It was not quick nor timely. It took a long time to get my stuff here. Basically, we ended up like just paying some dudes to do it. You know, we just ended up paying some random guys that happened to be available at the time come on over here and move our stuff. And that's what we did. However, after that happened, like, you know, we got our beds and everything over at this new place here. We were supposed to have internet ready, and that did not happen. Like, it was supposed to happen on the day, and they sent out the wrong dude. Because, you know, we do the fiber optic stuff over here, and it's we were really lucky in that this place that we just landed, this one is fiber optic ready. They already had FiOS and everything over here, so we didn't have to do a whole lot. Like, we just had to transfer our service. That still required a person though, and so they ordered, like, or we called them up and let them know the situation, and they sent a guy over, but he wasn't a FiOS guy. He was a cable guy, and so the cable guy was like, "There's nothing I can do. You need a FiOS guy." So we scheduled that, and we ended up having to wait a couple more days, which was really lame. So I was without internet for a couple of days, other than what's on my phone. And a recent find out over here that I didn't notice before was that the cell phone reception in this locale is awful for Verizon. I have Verizon Unlimited, and I could barely get my stuff going. It was pretty awful. It's pretty awful. I checked my phone, and I can't get anything going whatsoever. Like, I mean, it works, and it can work, and it will work, but it is so bad compared to where I was before. Whereas before I must have been living next to a tower or something, because it was really strong connection. Over here, like, I barely have any bars. It's pretty terrible. Frequently, I would just lose connection trying to, like, watch Eris or something while I'm killing time, you know. Granted, I didn't really have a lot of time because it was mostly just trying to get things done, moving everything. I mean, we've got a million things we have to take care of over here, and it was taking a long time to do any of it. But, gosh, yeah, this is it. This is the new place. It's really nice. Like, it's a really nice house. Compared to my last house, I mean, it's just, I've only had, like, one place I've ever lived for, like, 20 plus years, you know? It's just been a long, long time. And, to be honest with you, like, I never thought I'd ever leave the place. The plan was to own it, you know? But here I am. Oh, man, Infected SA. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Nerd? We'll get back to that. Hope Chatter loves his new home. He's been doing pretty good. I mean, I don't know how he feels about this couch, though. This is a new couch. Pet him and give him lots of treats. That's all I've been doing. This guy has really been... pretty upset. I gotta be honest. He's been howling a lot. He's been making a lot of sounds. The thing is, we brought this guy over, basically when we did the big move, when I got all my main stuff out of here, we brought Chowder over for the first time, and he sniffed the place out, and he was having a good time. You know, he likes sniffing everything out, but he didn't want to stay here. And unfortunately, even though we made the big move where we had all the beds and shit all over the place, we still had a lot of stuff we had to go back to the other home to bring over here. So we really piecemealed a lot of stuff in our 2, 4-door sedan cars that we have. So he was left here a lot of the time on his own. And he would whine really, really loudly. And in the middle of the night, too. Like, even when we slept here, he was restless. He was constantly whining like he wanted to go outside or something. This guy would not settle down. He was really unhappy. He was really unhappy. And he still, a lot of time he still is. He's actually sleeping better now and stuff like that. But he's definitely having a hard time, like, acclimating to the place. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just that kind of dog or something. He has gotten better, but he is still kind of struggling. And, like, this is a brand new couch here. Like, this is not even the old couch. Oh my god. So one of the problems of moving over here is that I could not have the old couch, the old gaming couch. This thing that I am sitting on it's way different. It's a completely different couch. I had to S some dude's D over the internet to get this couch. And it was some old dude, right? I was S-ing some other dude's D, and he didn't give me a couch. It was a complete S to D job that didn't get me anything. Now, I found another old dude. I S'd his D, and the old dude's like, yeah, totally, here's a couch. It's like $100 or something. I couldn't get my old couch into the place because it was too big. It was like a full-fledged couch. It was insane. We tried to get it through the door frame here, and it would get really close, but it just wouldn't work. It would hit the ceiling, and then it was terrible. It was so depressing because I liked that couch a lot. At least it's the old green screen. I gave it a wash too, so it has a lot less dog butt on it. But the dog seems to be pretty comfortable on the couch here, right? You can't see him very well because he's no longer in space. But hey, at least he's on camera, right? But yeah, this is a brand new couch. It's normal. It's a normal couch. I'm actually sitting at a height that's expected of human beings. So it's kind of nice. And your old sub, yes, thank you, Infected SA, for month number 5. That's number 5. Jesus Christ, it's a long time, man. You got a 5-incher? Do you realize that you're surpassing average now? I hope you don't grow too big of a D, Infected SA. I mean, the channel lore. We don't want any big Ds around here. The 5 is pretty big. I don't know where I'm going to fit it. This room has so much square footage, man. I can't have you with your big D walking on in here. Closing in on half a year. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh, man. That's so dope. Infected, thank you so much. I gotta be like 100% super honest with you guys, with you and with the internet at large. This moving in thing, this moving to a new house stuff, like, I am not kidding. I have been about as distressed as this dog has been. Like, I have not made this transition easy. It doesn't feel good. I'm really restless in here. I lived at my old place for well over 20 years. I mean, I'm 32, and I've only ever moved once in my life, and that was way back when I was, like, not even 5 years old. So I lived in that house that I just moved from long time. I mean, it's all I've known. I've grown up on those streets. I knew every which way, like the back of my hand. It's just, I lived there and I breathed there, and those were my streets. That was my neighborhood. That was where my people. I knew how to get to anywhere from there, and we were really close to stuff. Now, we're like a whole nother 3 miles up north of everything that I've known. And I'm in a place that I'm not familiar with. I've never been here. I have been here once before when I had piano lessons. My old piano teacher used to live up in this area. We actually are near a park that we would go to as kids on our way to piano, which is weird. But for the most part, I'd never really been here, and I was a kid back then. I don't remember shit about it. uh, now that I'm here, this is where I live. This is where I pay money to rent here in this house with my brother and my dad. It's really weird. It's been really hard to adjust to. Like I'm not kidding. I sleep and I wake up while after I can sleep like all right. I actually do sleep pretty good, but I wake up and before I open my eyes, I feel my bed and I feel like I'm in my room again, back at the old place. This my mental imagery of the room spawns up, right? It's not until I kind of open my eyes that I realize that's not the case anymore. I'm in this room. This is my room now. This is where I live. It's been really scary. I think scary is really the right term for it. I do not feel comfortable in this place. It's a wonderful home. It's great. It's a 1-floor place, so I'm not in a basement. I'm streaming out of my bedroom. My bed's right over there. Like, this is a nice, comfortable place, but for me, I'm having a hard time adjusting. And it's just the last several days I've been playing catch up, like kind of on an emotional level of trying to move. I've moved my stuff here. Now I gotta move my brain here. It's really tough to be doing that because it's so stuck in the other place. But the one thing that has really helped me get through this shit is knowing that this is what I want to do, is stream. This streaming thing has helped me a lot whenever I'm feeling like I don't really know if I can make the move. I don't know how to feel. I could always just kind of put that extra baggage shit aside and be like, listen, I want to stream. It doesn't matter where I'm streaming from. It doesn't matter how I stream. It doesn't matter. I just want to get my ugly mug on the camera and start spitting some shit into a mic. That's what I want to do. And so when I think about it that way, it really helped me kind of ease into this place. I'm still trying to get into the mindset of living here. It feels so strange, but at the same time, I'm sitting on this couch and being able to talk to you, Infected, like I already feel better. And look at this. This doesn't happen too often. This dog has been upset for a long time. This dog does not easily do this. Just chill out on a couch. This is a brand new couch. He doesn't know this smell. This thing smelled like cinnamon when I got it from the old guy. Like, it smelled like fucking a cinnamon bun. Like, he bathed this thing in cinnamon bun. It was awful. I hated the smell. I think it's terrible. Thankfully, my ass smell is way stronger than any cinnamon on the planet, and it smells like my ass already. Thus, I like the couch. It's really nice. It's actually very comfortable. It's a very nice couch. It's not as cool as my other couch, the one that I had downstairs. But it, since I couldn't fit in here, I couldn't get it. But it's a nice couch. It's pretty good. Anyways, Infected, I really appreciate that sub. I really do. I always appreciate it, but it's one of these things where I'm moving on and this real life stuff is happening, and boy, it's nice to be able to sit here and jerk off on a camera for a while, verbally, of course. Twitch won't allow the physical stuff. In any case, hopefully you're having a good one, Infected. It's just been moving in. That's all I've been doing, this complete move-in. I got all my stuff here, though. I got my bed over there. I hired some random dudes. They were like, they looked like junkies, basically. They came over. They moved all the heavy stuff. They didn't break anything, thank goodness. It is a little echoey in here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm definitely hearing my voice kind of bounce off the walls. Probably because I don't have any shit on the walls. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to start decorating. I brought some posters and shit from my room. Those are posters that you guys never even saw because I actually had shit in my room. Whereas you guys, we were downstairs in the basement. I didn't have any of my shit downstairs in the basement. So that, I might bring it up here and then maybe decorate. You actually could see a window here. So if I were to open this up, you would see the complete immaculate darkness that's outside. So maybe during the day or something, if I ever get a day stream going, you guys can see what's going on out in the real world. But the camera, I got the camera situated over there. I tried my best to mimic how things were back in the basement. Problem is that I'm on a couch that is not as low to the ground. So I'm having a hard time, kind of capturing the dog. From a downwards angle. I like having you guys up high. Right now you're at eye level and it feels kind of awkward, looking at you guys straight on. I prefer when you guys are lording over me. It feels a little better. Time to dox Lothire via window view. Window view? How does that even work? I don't know. But feel free, I guess. Dox in real life. Yeah, I mean, it's PS4 was, so one of the other problems I had was I didn't know how to hook up my internet, because I'm literally as far away from my router as I could possibly be. It's way that way, it's way over there. So I had to figure out how to hard cable up a wire to get to this room. And originally I didn't think I could do a hard wire because my door is hugging the ground pretty strongly, and I figured it would be kind of a closed connection there. There would be no passage. But it turns out, I know they make long cables. God damn it! I have 2 long cables. Back in my old place, I was in the basement, right? I was downstairs. I was able to take 2 100-foot cables and feed them down the air vents. So I was able to just kind of droop one down, straight in the downstairs, and once I was downstairs, nobody cared what I did down there, so I just hooked it up along the wall, and it was not even a problem. I actually, I had these pins that would, drill into it, and I actually just screwed in these little, I don't know, cable holder things that went into the wall. Problem is you drill holes with those, and now that I'm renting, I want to avoid making any kind of hole in the wall, preferably. So, I had to do some research to figure out how could I get the cable past my door and into here. Thankfully, I didn't have to do much of anything, because this room here is carpeted. And this is a brand new thing to me, but the rooms out there, the main house here, is hardwood floor. So the hardwood floor starts at the beginning of my door and all the way out into the kitchen and the main room and so on. There's no carpet out there. It's just my room and my brother and my dad's room. Those are the only carpeted areas in the house. This is really good because for my door, there's a little bit of an open gap down there so that the door can open up and not get caught on the rug. In fact, it opens pretty freely. There's quite a bit of space down there, which was plenty for me to put 2 cables down there. So the only other question is, how do I hang this long cable up, up and out of the way so that people don't trip on it and shit of that nature? And how do I do it without using anything that drills holes in the wall? Well, they have hooks. I mean, this is probably a no-brainer for someone like you, but to me, I didn't know this technology existed. They have hooks. They have actual hooks that you just put on the wall with stickies. They just stick to a wall, and then there you go. So I was going to do this complicated thing where I was going to buy these wire covers that you manually have to cut, and you just kind of line them up along the floor. Maybe, what do they call that? There's a little border at the bottom of the floor, there's a wall border. I don't know, what do they call it? I was going to put my cable covers and just kind of run it along the wall and up and over door frames. I was going to just do it like that. Way needlessly complicated. Much better idea is when I went over there to actually research that, I talked to a dude and he said a better way, if you don't mind seeing cable, a better way to do it is simply to put these little sticky hooks on the wall and line them up all the way up to top towards the ceiling so that the wire runs across the top part of the wall, next to the ceiling, and you just run it that way all along the way and then have it droop down into your door frame and into your room. So that's what I did, and it worked flawless. Absolutely flawless. It only cost me 20, 30 bucks to get all the hooks, and I think I bought something else. I bought a rug or something there. We need a couple. We still need a few more rugs. This guy can't jump around without some rugs. The hardwood floor is fucking up his feet. But yeah, basically I was able to get it done for really cheap, and it was simple. We just put hooks up along the walls and ran the cable there, and poof, it was done. It was totally done. Now I'm completely hardwired. My FiOS is feeding in here super good. It's perfect. Absolutely couldn't be happier with that. And I need it. I mean, when you stream, you need a hard connection. You got to be hardwired for this shit. Yeah, Chowder's feet. Oh man, you would not You would hate me if I mean, I gotta tell you it, and you're gonna hate me for telling you it. But you might unsub. You might unsub. I'm gonna let you in on some background lore here. So Chowder has been having a bit of a hard time. Now, I mean, on top of just making the adjustment, Chowder does not get along well with hardwood floors because his claws and his feet slip underneath him. So he has the hardest time doing anything with his feet. He's an old dog too, so he has a hard time jumping around. But our couches are right now out on the hardwood floor. We have these little felt things that we put underneath the feet so they don't scratch up the hardwood floor. But for Chowder, there's no rugs or anything for him to secure himself. So when he goes to jump onto a couch, he can't do it. His legs flop out from under him, and they scrape along the floor, and they don't let him jump forward. So he has no grip. He has no grip on the hardwood floor out there. He can't really jump up on the couches. Sometimes he can, but it's a very delicate balance. And so he's having a really hard time doing anything out in the living room because it's just all hardwood floor, and he can't get any grip on his feet. It's comically funny. But I'll tell you what's not so funny. He actually jumped off one of the couches yesterday, and he just he jumped off the couch, and when he landed, it was almost like out of Looney Tunes or something. When he landed, his legs splatted out because he had no friction. So he goes out like this with his legs, and it just he just flattens out on the hardwood floor. He just full bore, just you can see and hear him just go plop. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm laughing now because he's not hurt, but I mean, he really could have hurt himself. It did not look very pleasant. It didn't look very pleasant at all. But he's okay. He didn't get hurt. So we gotta get some rugs. We're gonna get some rugs so that he can jump and everything. And here he's safe because there's carpet, so he can get up on this couch and everything. And thankfully he's taken to a nice spot up there. I wish I could get the green screen because the thing I like to do is have the dog fly in space, right? I like that he's right here in the middle of the thing. But he wants to be up there, and I can't really get the green screen, so whatever. I'm not even entirely certain I like where the camera's at right now. It's kind of weird. But we'll see. I'll just work on it. Over here, at least, you are allowed to drill in the walls. You just need to fill them back up with, like, putty when you move out. You know, it's probably similar to something like that. I don't really want to put holes into walls if I can help it. And then if I have to, then maybe that's something. You might be right in that it works just fine for that over here too. I don't know. I just don't want to push it. I don't want to. The other thing is, like, I don't really need to do that. A lot of the times I feel like I just don't need to do it. I should be able to find some sticky stuff that will work, right? In the case of the cables, I did. But something we were thinking about doing is figuring out how we can dress my walls up in here with some shit. Because I would like to... I don't know if you hear it, but there's like an echo effect going off of these walls because they're completely bare. I have nothing up there. I think I should start hanging some shit, like, blankets maybe. I want to do blankets because then it would help sound dampen because I am right next to my brother and my dad, and I'm sure they can hear me. And, it's going to disturb them when they're trying to sleep, especially if I get loud, which maybe I can refrain myself a little bit from doing just to be somewhat considerate, but you never know. It's kind of a tall order for me to be considerate when I'm fucking kicking some ass at video games. You can't help it. The only holes I have are like 6 for the wall mount of my TV. We were thinking of wall mounting our dad's TV in his room, but I don't really want to do it because it seems like a pain in the ass to do. And we could just get him like a dresser or something and just get a reasonable height out of that, But yeah, this is all new to me. I don't know anything about renting, other than maybe what some of my friends have told me, because I help them move into rental places all the time. They rented apartments a bunch. I mean, I can't even stress how lucky we were to get this house. I mean, this house, we were really, really, really lucky. We do not have like any kind of amazing history, like credit history or rental history. We have none of that. And yet this is a corporation. This was a company that just all they do is rent. They're just a renters type of thing, whatever that is. That's what they do. They're landlord. They work with landlords to find tenants and to manage them. So they liked us and they got us in here. So I mean, whether I like this place or not is kind of irrelevant. It was the only place that we were able to find, and we were really cutting it close. Technically, we were supposed to be out of that old house on the 1st, is what we were supposed to be. But as it turned out, we actually stayed there until, we're still kind of getting our stuff. We've pretty much got all our stuff out of there, but we're not 100%. And I mean, it's the 7th now. It's been it's been a week since the 1st. So, we've really been having a lot of time. Basically, we were really lucky to get this place. Really, really lucky. It's a great place too. I mean, I have no problems with it. The area that I'm in is about 3 miles north of where I used to live, so I am still in the region. I like the region. We're in this place. We're north of Seattle by quite a bit. We like this place. It's a very nice area. At least we think it is. The scary thing about this place, the actual scary thing, it's super quiet. I mean, it is super, super quiet. This whole place is super quiet. I am where we used to live. We used to live in a pretty busy area that's kind of off of a fairly busy street, too. I mean, it was like a kind of a main thoroughfare of this area. It's a popular place. We were less than a mile from just about anything you can imagine. There's a Safeway, there's a Winco, there's a Costco. We were at most we were a mile, maybe a mile and a half from all these places. So we used to live pretty much right next to a really busy street. So I would always hear stuff. You'd always hear cars and all sorts of noise. And that's just how I grew up. And I kind of like that. I like that background noise. Out here, it is pure silence. Pure, utter silence. We are technically closer to Boeing and Payne, I think it's just called Payne Field or something like that. It's basically where Boeing does all their air traffic stuff. I mean, Boeing is a massive, corporation for doing airplane stuff. So we do hear more airplanes at this house. However, I don't really hear it very often, number one. And number two, even though that is the case, we are nowhere near any busy street or freeway or what have you. I think Evergreen Way is like way out. You've got to do a bit of a trip to get to anything that's busy. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it is pretty crazy. So it's super quiet. I mean, you step outside and you start kind of talking in hushed, whispered tones, and it carries. It just kind of goes all over the place. It's insane. Maybe gets upset because he hears the planes. Chowder? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he knows about terrorism or anything like that. I don't think he's worried about box cutters or nothing. Maybe though. Maybe it could be a thing. I can tell you that we haven't had any other dogs barking very much, and he is used to literally having a neighbor with like 3 or 4 dogs. He would just go out in the back and they would just bark at each other for, an hour or two. So he hasn't had much to bark at, but then again, he's also, he's adjusting and he hasn't been having a good time on that. I think maybe it's, he's just trying to get used to everything. Church shootings or just America in general? Yeah, in general. Yeah, he's getting used to it. Yeah, I don't think he's too worried about it. But yeah, I mean, it's a really quiet neighborhood. But it's also a very cool neighborhood. It's very, very clean. We have met, I'm not kidding, where we moved from, I had druggies next door, and I had 2 assholes across the street, and then I don't even know who the rest of the people were. And I lived there for over 20 years. So, I mean, that neighborhood that we were in, very, very close to the streets, but the neighbors were not friendly. I mean, it's just most of them were not friendly. This place, as soon as we moved into this place, we have met pretty much everybody on this block. And every single one of them is a pretty cool person. You know, we've got like an old lady over here who's super nice. We met this kind of middle-aged lady over there who just recently bought a house. She's super cool. You know, we talked to her for like 20 minutes. There's a dude that's like a crab fisherman who recently got back from crab fishing out in Alaska. He's going to be here for like the next 5 months, and then he's going to go back out for the next 6 or 7 months doing crab fishing or whatever it is that he does out there. Insane stuff. He's a cool guy. He's got a couple of kids, and we hung out with him for a bit. Just everybody in the neighborhood here has been super, super cool. And again, it's totally quiet. You can hear a pin drop from like 2 blocks away. It is the weirdest thing. It's totally strange. And it might be bad for me because, you know, I get kind of loud when I'm doing shit, right? I don't want to disturb the peace, but it might end up being that I'm too loud for my own good. that might cause a problem. But hopefully I can keep that in check. I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith that this house walls are pretty good. We did some audio testing with our machines, our main computers out there. When you put shit really, really loud, you can hear stuff from outside, but you have to be pretty close to the walls. Have you considered that everyone around you is already dead? It does kind of feel that way, and now that you give me the idea, I am kind of concerned that might be the case. Although if that's true, I guess I don't have to worry about screaming fuck shit at the top of my lungs, other than waking my dad and my brother. But, you know, other than that, I guess we're good. Could possibly be the case. Man, it's so good to see you again. In fact, it's been so long. I haven't gotten to play. As you can see, I got Assassin's Creed Oranges over here on the game here. I actually got it. However, we are really neck deep in Shadows of Mordor, so I can't be rocking with that yet. But we're gonna have to be playing some Shadows. Man, I gotta get back into playing that. I don't know how far we are in this. You know, I gotta get out of Act 2. I think once you beat Act 2, I think Act 3 and Act 4 are like straight linear things. So once I conquer all the territory and everything, we'll be good. But then I'm just gonna move on to Assassin's Creed anyways, which is almost pretty much the same as Shadows of Mordor anyways. So what can you do? It be do as it be do. Man, so much has been happening. Just so much has been going on. I had a little surprise I wanted to show you guys too. The problem is the dog is actually in here. I didn't think the dog would join us today for streaming, but it seems as much as I enjoy your company, I believe perhaps the dog more so takes comfort in your presence as well. Perhaps this relationship has run rather deeper than I initially believed. Because the dog is here. I didn't think he was going to join us. I thought he would stay out there because he hasn't sniffed the couch very much or anything. So I think I'll save the surprise for later. Perhaps if the dog moves locations or it becomes a little more convenient for me to dramatically reveal the surprise. But for now, we'll just let it out. I'll save it for a nice time. It's too cool a surprise to just spoil right away. Gosh, what else, man? How's it been going with you, dude? I mean, hopefully you've been having a good one. It's been like, 6 days since I streamed last time? It's almost been like a full week, right? I'm working like crazy, you know. I still got the same Walgreens gig going. I had 4 days where I had 4 days off in a row where I was taking care of house stuff. But for the last 3 days, I have been working my ass off at Walgreens while moving stuff. So today is like the first day, this really actually is like the first day that I can actually take my feet off, actually literally remove my feet. I mean the things that attach to my feet. I'm fucking tired, okay? The shoes, I've been able to kick my shoes off. I've been able to take my pants off. I can relax. today's really the first day I could do that. And of course, there ain't no better way to relax with my pants off than do some streaming and play some Shadows of Mordor. Or at least talk about some shit. It's been a while. It's been a hell of a while. I mean, I guess that's really been it. I mean, the move-in process has been strange. The people that helped move in some shit, they were weird. You know, they were definitely some ex-crackheads or something. Other than that, like, I mean, this place is really cool. We got a backyard. We got a nice backyard, so the dog's got lots of space to kind of run around. It's not too big, though. I mean, our last backyard was much bigger. Mostly because it was kind of a downstairs uphill sort of thing, so there was just a lot of yard. Thankfully, it's much smaller this time, so it's much. Oh my God, likes hot sauce. Oh shit. Whew. Unsubscribed? I disappear? Listen, man, I lost my house. Okay, you gotta give me a break. It's written in the contract somewhere that, you know, if you lose the house, I gotta move to a new place. I can't stream out of a cardboard box under the freeway bridge. I would if I could, but there's no internet outlet under the freeway bridge. They removed that. Seattle doesn't have that kind of money. Likes hot sauce. How's it going, man? You gotta cut me some slack. I'm in a new place. Look at this. This is a wall. Have you seen this shit? It's literally a wall. This is my dog, and then this is what they call a window, and it's not like a PC or anything. It's an actual window. Take a look at this shit. You can see outside. Can you see that? You can see. It's black. It's dark out, so you can't. That's outside though. That's not the deep, dark blackness of my soul. That's just outside, and it's nighttime. Crazy, right? It's all different. This whole world, this whole place is topsy-turvy. Windows? I don't know what a window is. 3-day grace period for not having to stream under a bridge. Wow. That's all I get? 3 days? I think I spent like 6 or 7 days, man. It's been like a whole week. When do we get the housewarming tour? Oh god, I can't do that. Can I? Maybe I'll shoot a video one of these days. It's not a big house. I could probably just run through it. Fuck. I mean, I think I put a picture of the stream set up here. So if you, I mean, what I am looking at, if you check the Twitter feed, I put a picture up of what I am looking at here in my stream setup. Granted, I closed the doors to my closets when I took the picture because I don't want you guys to see my robust and glorious collection of dragon dildos. But other than that, it is a very accurate representation of what I am looking at. You know, my sans the dragon dildos. You guys don't need to see that. That's for me. That's mine. But how you doing, Likes Hot Sauce? Hopefully you're having a good one out there. I'm trying to think of all the things that happened the last several days. I mean, it's been a lot. We have gas operated equipment in this place now. I've never had that before. Like, we've got it's not propane, or is it propane? I don't really know. We have gas running for like our stove and our oven. They're all gas operated. We have a gas operated fireplace. The thing is it doesn't work yet because the pilot light is out, and we don't know how to like do anything with that. So we're gonna call the people that handle the gas stuff. We're gonna have them send a dude out and try and light that up so that we can use the fireplace. I mean, it's not like we're desperate, but it's kind of cool that we have a gas operated fireplace. I mean, that's weird. Never had that. Gosh, really, I think that's about it. You know, I have an actual closet. I didn't have an actual closet in the other place where I was at before. My closet space was just it kind of got moldy at one point, like several years ago, and we never really did anything with it. So I just kind of closed. I put some stuff in there, and just kind of closed the doors and never had a closet. I had a rack that I would put my clothes on. I actually have 2 closets now. I'm in the master bedroom. This is the masturbator's bedroom, all right? This is the biggest one out of them all. They agreed to give me this one so I could stream in my room, which was really nice because I checked the other rooms. It would have been a little bit of a tight squeeze if I had to do the other rooms. But here I actually have quite a bit of space. Like I've got, my bed is like way over here. I can't even reach my bed yet. And I am kind of against the wall. We're sort of in a corner over here, but I mean, other than that, this is a really nice setup. I've got lots of room to move things around and change things up as much as I want. I think I'm pretty happy with this, though, at least for the time being. I really just wanted to recreate the old setup, you know? I just wanted the old setup. I didn't get the camera as high as I wanted, and like the dog isn't really floating in space anymore. He's floating, you know, kind of on top of space, which isn't as cool. There's not much I can do, though. I mean, the couch itself is just a bigger couch. You know, it's a big couch. it's not the small one that was low to the ground and, you know, made it easier to do that shit. But it also should be a little clearer quality because I'm not as zoomed in. I think I'm sitting closer to the couch than usual, or closer to the microphone than usual. So it's all touch and go on like the stream setup. My sound equipment's still here. My TV is still fucking awesome. You know, I got all this shit here. The PC's looking good. I think I tried everything. I don't think there's anything I missed. I might still need to hook up the TV to the PC and make sure the PC sees it properly so I can do the Steam stuff. But otherwise, it should be pretty good. So yeah, like Sauce, how you been doing, man? It's been a while. Hopefully, you've been having a good one. I think we should start playing some Shadows of Mordor, Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor 2. I don't really know. I mean, it's just been such a rush of days. I'm super tired, and I'm gonna be that way. I mean, I'm just gonna be that way. My workplace is we're hitting the holiday season, so work really starts to get crazy, and it's gonna be tough. We have very few people. We just lost another coworker, and we did just gain another coworker, but he's brand new, so he doesn't know what's going on, and I gotta train the guy. Other than that, I mean, it's just, you know, it is what it is. Not bad, just involved in a car accident. Oh shit, today actually? Dude didn't bother to look forward when he hit me from the back. Oh, fucking, you kidding me? A car accident? Well, how badly was it, man? I mean, you didn't get hurt, did you? Or rather, how's the car? Shit, I think I just fucking... I got a new like footstool thing. It's not a new footstool, but it's an old one I had around for a long time. I used to use it as a table, but now I'm gonna actually use it for its intended purpose. Let's go ahead and start this shit up. Let me know if the audio levels are weird too. I